world's most awkward billionaire wrestling match is unfolding right before our eyes. In one corner, we've got the spray-tan former president who can somehow bankrupt a casino and logic in the same tweet. In the other corner, Amazon's bald overlord who's suddenly gone quieter than Melania at family dinners. What's going on between Donald Trump and Jeff Bezos? Buckle up, because this billionaire battle is something you didn't know you needed but absolutely can't miss. Picture this bizarre scenario. A former president who once called Jeff Bezos every name short of Voldemort is now grinning like a Cheshire cat whenever he mentions the Amazon founder's name. The feud that was heating up faster than a Prime delivery has mysteriously cooled after one magical phone call. The man who was allegedly preparing to unleash a digital avalanche of Trump dirt via Amazon's extensive archives has suddenly gone radio silent. Here's what went down. The most powerful man in the world called the second richest man in the world directly. President Trump reportedly complained to Bezos about a report that Amazon planned to display tariff import charges on the products it sells. A source familiar with the call told NBC News that it likely happened around the same time the White House publicly slammed Amazon's move, calling it a hostile and political act. Let's rewind a bit. Not long ago, Bezos was allegedly seething over Trump's tariff games that threw Amazon's logistics and supply chains into complete chaos. Reports swirled that Bezos had finally had enough. People were whispering loudly that he was ready to hit back with receipts. Not tweets or press statements, but the real deal. The juicy, classified, high-definition 4K receipts on everything from weird business deals to backroom chats. Bezos, the billionaire with receipts longer than CVS printouts, was reportedly locked and loaded. Then came the phone call. Cue dramatic music. After that conversation, Trump's whole tone did a complete backflip and landed in a puddle of syrupy praise. Suddenly, Bezos was a great American. Amazon was the future of innovation. And tariffs? What tariffs? This is like Darth Vader calling up Luke and going, "Hey kiddo, wanna grab brunch?" People are saying Trump bullied Bezos into silence. Others suggest Bezos threatened to go full Amazon Prime on Trump's skeleton closet. Either way, something stinks more than expired Trump wine. And that odor is compromised. Not the good political kind, but the shady hush it up in a phone call kind. It's not even the first time Trump has played this ridiculous flip-flop charade. Remember when he roasted Ted Cruz like a marshmallow on national TV, then turned around and called him a patriot? Trump's political strategy is basically emotional whiplash. If he's mean to you, you're a threat. If he's suddenly nice to you, congratulations, you've either bribed, blackmailed, or baffled him into submission. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Bezos, who was allegedly gathering a digital dossier like it was Avengers Endgame, suddenly decides to stand down right when Trump starts sweating over looming investigations and dwindling donor enthusiasm. It's like a magician suddenly deciding not to reveal how the trick works after teasing it for months. Let's not forget, Bezos is no dummy. The man builds rockets for fun and owns the Washington Post. If he wanted to destroy someone, he wouldn't send a tweet. He'd commission a 6-part documentary, a deep dive expose, a line of commemorative mugs, and probably a Broadway musical about it. So for him to just let it go after tariffs, after Trump's endless jabs, after watching the USPS nearly collapse under the weight of MAGA tantrums, something was offered, something was promised, or someone got an Amazon gift card so big it came with its own NDA. And Trump's negotiation strategy? It's basically a WWE promo. 1 minute, it's all insults and pyrotechnics. The next, it's hugs and awkward thumbs ups. This isn't diplomacy. It's a personality disorder with a press team. He bullies, he barks, he accuses until someone bites back harder. Then suddenly it's all, "We've always been friends." So when the president picks up the phone and calls Jeff Bezos directly, you know something's brewing. If Bezos had truly decided to go nuclear, Trump's campaign would have had to run on dial-up. The level of detail Bezos has access to, purchase histories, communication records, books Trump didn't read, it's enough to make any political consultant break out in hives. But now Trump is parading around like Bezos just endorsed him for Pope. He's name-dropping Bezos in interviews like they carpooled to CPAC together. And all the while, Bezos is suspiciously silent. No press release, no post-editorial, just a billionaire-shaped shadow that quietly stepped back. The media is circling like sharks at a raw meat convention. Everyone's asking what was said, what was threatened, what was promised. Did Trump promise to finally stop spelling Amazon with a Z? Did he agree to never again suggest Bezos deliver packages personally? Did they pinky swear to delete incriminating screenshots together? Whatever the deal was, it's the kind of backdoor agreement that makes you nostalgic for open corruption. At least when Trump was screaming about Bezos, you knew where he stood. Now it's just awkward admiration and nobody believes it. It's the political equivalent of a bully stealing your lunch for years, then one day offering you half a sandwich and calling you buddy. People are talking not the some say nonsense Trump likes to spout, but actual people, analysts, journalists, folks who've seen enough political theater to recognize when the script suddenly changes mid-act. They're saying Bezos had dirt. Real, unfiltered, brutal dirt. And Trump knew it, so he did what he does best. He sucked up like a Hoover on Red Bull. It's not admiration, it's survival. The only thing Trump likes more than hearing himself talk is making sure nobody else talks, especially if that someone is holding receipts from the world's largest online retailer. And yet here we are. Bezos, the digital juggernaut, suddenly mute. Trump, the self-declared victim of everything, now full of Bezos praise. The whole thing feels like the political version of watching a cat pretend it didn't just knock over a glass of water. It's messy, suspicious, and we're all expected to move on. But the internet never forgets. Bezos might be quiet now, but silence doesn't equal trust. It just means the bomb hasn't dropped yet. So we wait, and we watch, and we laugh at the absurdity of a former president doing verbal cartwheels to keep a billionaire happy. Because, let's face it, if your political survival depends on the kindness of a man whose primary hobby is space, you've already lost gravity. Trump may think he backed Bezos into a corner, but corners have walls and walls have ears. And if Bezos ever decides to speak again, it won't be with a whisper. It'll be with a prime delivery marked boom. Of course, in true Trumpian fashion, he's now floating around acting like the grand architect of tech diplomacy. One phone call and suddenly he's not just the hero of MAGA hats, but also the savior of Silicon Valley. The man probably thinks he invented Wi-Fi just because Bezos didn't hang up on him mid-sentence. He's boasting that Bezos is a great guy and that he agreed to fix the problem. That appears to be the end of that. Yet another example of this incredibly awkward relationship that the so-called tech bros have with the US president. Meanwhile, somewhere in a chrome and glass bunker under a pile of shareholder reports, Jeff Bezos is probably sipping smart water out of a diamond-studded Amazon Echo, calculating exactly how long he has to play nice before the next scandal explodes. Because let's be real, this isn't peace, it's a ceasefire. A very expensive, NDA-wrapped, PR-sanitized ceasefire. That eerie Bezos silence that's blanketed the press like fog on a Scooby-Doo episode isn't peace and goodwill. It's the kind of quiet you get right before a thunderclap. Or in this case, before a very detailed expose with footnotes, timelines, and screenshots gets accidentally on purpose leaked on Reddit. You don't just decide to back off from a data dump on Trump after tariffs wreck your entire logistics game and the USPS nearly buckles under MAGA-branded chaos. Unless, of course, someone made you an offer so shady it needs SPF 100. Maybe Trump promised to name the next failed casino the Bezos Lounge. Or maybe he vowed to wear an Amazon smiley face pin at the next rally and never say fake Washington Post again. Or perhaps Trump just threatened to tweet about Blue Origin being a fake spaceship and Elon Musk actually being cooler. Whatever went down, let's not pretend Trump's sudden Bezos worship is anything other than panicked PR. This is a man who will sue a sandwich if it looks at him wrong. And now he's cooing over Bezos like he's a MAGA-source puppy. Please. This is the same guy who slapped tariffs on foreign goods like Oprah handing out cars. You get a tariff and you get a tariff. Oh, look, Amazon, you get 15%. It was economic chaos with a toupee. And now he's treating Bezos like a business guru sent from heaven to save capitalism from communists. What makes it more ridiculous is that Trump's followers, many of whom think the cloud is an actual cloud, are now parroting his new love song for Bezos like it's gospel. Yesterday, they were boycotting Amazon for being too liberal. Today, they're ordering 12 packs of red hats and bulk freeze-dried steaks using Prime. It's like a political soap opera written by someone high on Diet Coke and surrounded by gold-plated pens. The plot doesn't have to make sense, it just needs drama, denial, and a desperate attempt to change the subject every 5 minutes. But the real kicker? No one trusts this new friendship. Not Trump's base, not Bezos' board, not even the interns who run Amazon's returns department. This is the kind of alliance that comes with a countdown clock, a temporary truce until someone spills the beans and the press explodes like a piñata full of subpoenas. Don't think Bezos isn't still holding the goods. He's got the folder. The folder probably has tabs, highlights, bookmarked pages, and at least one USB drive labeled "In case of emergency, break Trump." Just because he didn't push the button yet doesn't mean he threw it away. No one with that much data ever deletes anything. That man probably has receipts from the 1980s on floppy disks, and Trump knows it. That's why he's walking on eggshells, praising Bezos like he's the second coming of Reagan. Every public compliment drips with fear and a little bit of envy, because deep down Trump would kill to own a spaceship and a media empire too, but all he's got is Truth Social, which has fewer users than a MySpace reunion party. So now we have a weird political bromance that nobody believes, everybody mocks, and even the stock market looks at suspiciously. Amazon stock spikes, Trump takes credit. Amazon dips, Trump blames deep state drones. It's like watching two billionaires try to outmaneuver each other using smiles, silence, and strategic leaks. But don't worry, this love fest won't last. It never does. Sooner or later, Bezos will sneeze in the wrong direction and Trump will go full WrestleMania again, accusing him of hacking the White House Wi-Fi or stealing Ivanka's copyright for the phrase, "make rich look patriotic." Until then, enjoy the show. It's a circus of ego, power, and desperation, and the ringmaster has a red tie, a spray tan, and a tendency